I turned 60 the year I met him. That sentence still feels unreal when I say it aloud, as if the number should disqualify the memory. 60. A word that carries assumptions. Quiet dinners, predictable days, invisibility. I had made peace with that invisibility long before he walked into my life. Or at least I thought I had. My name is Eleanor Hayes. I've lived most of my life in upstate New York, in a house that once echoed with children's laughter and arguments about curfews. My husband Thomas died 7 years ago. Not suddenly, no dramatic hospital scene, but slowly, like a candle burning down to nothing. When he was gone, the house became too large for my grief. I learned how to be alone in it. Loneliness doesn't arrive with noise. It arrives quietly. It sits beside you while you drink your coffee. It folds your laundry with you. It becomes routine. I didn't expect anything more from life. I volunteered at the local library, taught creative writing workshops twice a week, and spent my evenings reading or watching the same old movies. Love, I believed, was a chapter already written and closed. Then came Daniel. He was 20 years old, a college student home for the summer, assigned to help at the library as part of a community service program. I noticed him first because he was listening, really listening, to an elderly man rambling about war stories, nodding with patience most young people no longer had. Tall, dark-haired, with a seriousness that didn't belong to his age. When he spoke to me for the first time, it wasn't flirtation. It was respect. "Mrs. Hayes," he said, holding a stack of returned books. "Your workshop. Do you really believe everyone has a story worth telling?" I smiled, amused. Especially the ones who think they don't. He considered that answer like it mattered. That's how it began. Not with a look or a touch, but with conversation. Over weeks, Daniel stayed late after the library closed. He asked about my writing, my life, the books I loved. He told me about his mother who worked 2 jobs, his fear of becoming ordinary, his belief that time was slipping through his fingers even at 20. I should have kept distance. I knew that. The age difference wasn't just a number, it was a wall. Society builds those walls for a reason, but loneliness is persuasive. One evening, rain trapped us inside after closing. Thunder rattled the windows. We talked for hours. When the lights flickered, he laughed nervously, and without thinking, I reached out and touched his hand. The contact lasted only a second, but something shifted. I went home that night furious with myself. I stood in front of the mirror and studied the lines on my face, the silver in my hair. What was I doing? Entertaining foolish thoughts? Pretending youth could be borrowed? For days I avoided him, changed my schedule. Let silence do what discipline should. Then he left a note on my desk. Did I say something wrong? I miss our talks. That word, miss, undid me. The truth is, I hadn't been seen like that in decades. Not as a widow, not as a woman. Just seen. When I finally spoke to him again, I laid down rules like armor. "This can't be anything," I said, voice steady though my heart wasn't. "You're young. You deserve someone your own age." He didn't argue. He didn't beg. He just said, "I know what the world will say, but I also know how I feel." That scared me more than anything, because I felt it too. Not desire alone, though that existed, quiet and restrained, but connection, understanding. The strange comfort of being known across a gap that should have been impossible to cross. I worried about judgment, my children, his future, the whispers, the labels. Predator fool, midlife fantasy. But love doesn't ask permission. It waits. And I was standing at the edge of something I never thought I'd face again. The choice between safety and truth. I didn't choose yet. This is only the beginning. And beginnings, I've learned, are the most dangerous parts of any story.